Before we start, a little safety notice in event of a crash landing. The exit doors are there. Tough crowd.
Going well.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, honourable members, dishonourable members,
Paisley clad members,
ladies of the lobby, fellow establishment sellouts. Thank you for coming tonight to mark the 10th anniversary of the Guido Fawkes blog.
10 years ago when I started out, someone told me this game was just for fat right-wing blokes with a laptop and too much time on their hands, pretending that they had real jobs, publishing half-baked conspiracy theories on the internet. Well, take a look at us now.
10 years ago, our many detractors said that blogging was just the domain of sad old men, messing around on the internet late at night, in their pyjamas. Oh, how the tables have turned.
Just a quick reminder to those members of the government here tonight, if it is too good to be true, Minister, it probably is Alex Wickham. Most people end their career. Most people end their careers with a fishing trip. Takes a brave man to start on one, but...
Joke aside, the Guido Fawkes blog is far from a one or two-man band in our days. Please raise your glasses to the artist formerly known as Sophie Whittams.
Better known to the readers as Wiki Guido and a fine journalist, whatever the Guardian will have you believe.
And also to Simon Carr, our quality broadsheet hire. Sketch writer and chief Burko irritator.
The first comment on his first ever blog post for us was quite something. It said, and I quote, "Better than the usual shite on here, written grammatically and punctuated correctly." So, a fantastic hire all round there.
Carr is the only man to spend more time on holiday than the MPs he's complaining about. And characteristically, he's in Portugal tonight. Let's not forget our illustrious alumni. Juliet Samuel, formerly known as Emily No Mates, now at the Wall Street Journal, where she's on the table with her secret treasury source, now her fiancé. Also Jim Waterson of BuzzFeed, we taught him how to animate a GIF. So please raise your glasses to the team past and present.
There was someone else hoping to join us tonight. He's found himself otherwise engaged, however, in great matters of state. So, ladies and gentlemen, please introduce the leader of the opposition.
Oh, it's looking great.
10 years of Guido. Or at least trying to keep the bar bill down. No, I had to be here in Strasbourg. I'm about to go into the chamber to say thank you to Mr. Barroso for being Commission President for 10 years and having come on the Andrew Marr show and made it clear who governs Britain. So it's a big thank you, Mr. Barroso. And then tomorrow morning we've got to vote for the new Commission and Lord Hill or Lord Who or who knows. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. I hope it's so good that none of you can remember any of it. And here's to the next 10 years. Sorry, I'm not that.
That wasn't very exciting though, was it? So perhaps we could try again with the Chief Whip.
Here in the Whip's office, the Black Book is no longer ever used as a counter. Is it perhaps the Guido Fawkes website instead? You might think that. I'll possibly comment.
Before we get to the awards, I'd like to give thanks to those who made tonight possible. Gatwick Airport,
Obviously.
the team at Space who keep the cash on the cash for questions table, who keep the internet running for us and the shabby flowing.
Who are they? You can see them tonight for your advertising needs.
Thanks to Alan Mack for organising it, and Dodds Gin for getting you lot boozed up before we started. The Institute Directors for the lovely venue.
And, of course, more importantly, The countless bent politicians, the lazy hacks, the shagging ministers, the pervy peers, the incompetent civil servants, the secret sources, the smearing spinners, the disgruntled employees, the raging spag and the extremely bored bag carrier, who have kept us in pixels for 10 years now.
Of course, helping us along the way, without us selling out to the Dead Tree Press, were the Daily Star Sunday, and since 2013, the Sun on Sunday. On a personal note, I'd also like to thank Simon Waters for putting my daughters through prep school. And the Mirror's Lloyd Envy for the new Jaguar.
10 years though, it's 22,000 blog posts, 5 million words, 300 million page views, 130 national newspaper columns, countless scoops, super injunctions dangerously broken, cabinet ministers resigning and MPs in the nick. But
some say it's all just Tory propaganda.
However, we disagree. Since 2010, we've prematurely ejected from Parliament Tim Yeo,
Conservative.
standing down in 2015. David Ruffley,
Conservative.
standing down in 2015. Brooks Newmark,
Conservative.
standing down in 2015.
Standing up.
You're either in front of Guido or standing down in 2015.
But those Tory scalps haven't stopped at least one happy reader. Ladies and gentlemen, the current leader of the Conservative Party.
Congratulations on 10 years of Guido Fawkes. And what better way to celebrate a decade of rejecting the cosy political establishment than by hosting a cocktail reception and a dinner in the heart of Westminster with half the cabinet and the lobby invited. In addition, I wonder how your namesake would feel that not only have you invited the Protestant Prime Minister to your anniversary dinner, but that actually I can't attend because I'm at Buckingham Palace for a state banquet with Her Majesty the Queen. Indeed, more than 400 years after he tried to blow it up, the institution of the monarchy is now stronger than ever. Your daily dose of plots, rumours and conspiracy have become required reading for all those working in politics, including me. So do raise a glass this evening, and I'm pretty sure, knowing who's there, you will, for the success you've enjoyed so far, and I wish you all the best for the next 10 years.
And now, without further ado, the real moment you've all been waiting for, the Guidos, the Oscars of political scandal.
We have 6 awards tonight for people who over the last decade have amazed or angered the readers of the Guido Fawkes book, culminating or climaxing even with the career-ending prize,
The Golden Crosshairs.
First up, it's an award for a politician. I've lost my slide again. First up, it's an award for a politician, past or present, who's really got to grips with social media and the internet. Everyone can tweet, but who really makes it interesting? The nominees are the social media hero or heroine of the decade are
Brooks Newmark for not putting down the leaf seat before photographing himself, masturbating in the bathroom mirror.
What we understand is that he is going to be stepping down because of a scandal expected to be published in one of the Sunday newspapers. A sex scandal, I'm told, involving something to do with social media.
Aidan Burley for cultural diversity online and re-entering into the whole Olympics.
I did once say something about people who use Twitter, particularly politicians, and I think in this case I was absolutely spot on. I think what he said was completely wrong. I think it was an idiotic thing to say.
Louise Mensch for services to international trolling and picking Twitter fights. Councillor Karen Danshuk for selfless services to selfies and feminism.
A female British politician made headlines recently for being blasted by another fellow female politician, albeit a former one, for tweeting cleavage-revealing selfies. Lots of them.
Talking of Louise, have you noticed that Guido's had a facelift?
At least the website looks 10 years younger anyway. There was only one winner here though. She calls us her knight in shining armour. We call her Mrs. Danzig. Please welcome to the stage, Councillor Karen Danzig.
I'm just completely flabbergasted. I just thought I was being invited for a nice evening out, so thank you. And actually, I must absolutely, because I have no doubt you'll see this, thanks Louise Mensch, you've made this possible. Thank you.
Our next award tonight goes to a politician who's gone above and beyond the call of duty to do the right thing. A rarity in our view. Some might call it common sense, others self-preservation. But we are not complaining, as the next Guido is for
the most successful delivery of an order blog post into government policy.
The nominees are
Douglas Carswell, the People's EU Bill.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I bring forward a bill to repeal the European Communities Act. I do so not merely supported by many outside the House, I do so as explicitly directed by more than 5,000 readers of the Guido Fawkes blog site.
Francis Maud, banning full-time trade union pilgrims.
At the time of the last general election, there was no proper monitoring of trade union facility time in government. That's now changed. Paid time off for any trade union activities and for any full-time union officials now requires the specific consent of a senior minister. We expect the cost to the taxpayer for paid time off for trade union duties to fall by 60% from what we inherited.
Andrew Mitchell, banning international aid towards the Indian space program.
Britain is to cut the amount of financial support it gives to India as a result of that country's enhanced position in the world.
The fact is we made some tough decisions when we came into office. We stopped immediately aid to China and to Russia. We have frozen the Indian program.
In 2010, we found a nurse named Jane Pilgrim who did no nursing. She was paid to be a nurse, but she did nothing. Paid for by taxpayers to work full-time for her union, smearing political opponents.
Whitehall was spending 80 million a year subsidising union militants, and now, thanks to the winner of this award, they are not.
The Guido goes to
Francis Maud.
Thank you very much, Paul and Harry, for that. It's a great pleasure for me, obviously, to have the chance of being photographed with the logo of my local airport, which is obviously a completely brilliant single runway airport. Which has my complete support. And no, thank you for this award. I've been around in politics for an extremely long time, and I've waited a long time for any award at all. It is 31 years, I think, since I was first completely accidentally elected into Parliament. So 31 years later, thank you for this. This actually achieving what we've achieved, which is a modest success but important, actually just reflects the need just to be extremely bloody-minded and tenacious, and to have the most effective support that there is from, obviously, Guido. And for 10 more years, please keep at it. There's a lot more to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For our next award, we made a very brave decision. We consulted our readers. The readers of the Guido Fawkes blog have voted online in their thousands for this prize for a multi-party lineup. It's
the backbench maverick of the decade, Reader's Choice.
Labour's Tom Watson, the Nonce Finder General.
It all seems to have been lifted off the legendary Paul Staines Guido Fawkes website. Have you got any evidence about a professional journalist stealing content off blogs?
Yeah, enormous example. Yeah, I mean, plagiarism from blogs is very widespread, really.
Lib Dems John Hemming, Ryan Giggs.
With about 75,000 people having named Ryan Giggs on Twitter, it's obviously impracticable to imprison them all.
Douglas Carswell, I, Democracy.
One thing I quite strongly resent is being described as a rebel, when in fact one member of the government, and I'm certainly not elected to be a patsy for the whip's office or the front bench.
Conservative, Zach Goldsmith, Recall and Green Crap.
Zach Goldsmith! It's good news that the Prime Minister has apparently resuscitated plans for a recall bill, but can he confirm that he intends to push ahead with a genuine system of recall and not fall back on the Deputy Prime Minister's bill, which has been widely discredited, which is recall in name only, and which wouldn't empower voters in any meaningful sense at all?
The lines have closed, voting is over, and as in Falkirk, your vote may not be counted. But you could still be charged.
There was only one really obvious winner here tonight. Love him or hate him, there is no denying he's caused an earthquake. Whatever party he's in.
Please welcome on stage the next leader of UKIP, Douglas Carswell.
Happy birthday to Guido Fawkes, and can I just, I know he's not here this evening, but I'd particularly like to thank Matthew Paris for helping make it all possible. When many years ago I discussed what I had in mind, triggering a by-election and everything, I said to Matt, could he spend many years building a reputation for the Times as one of our leading writers and political commentators, and then could he ruin it all and throw it all away with some sort of, frankly, completely over-the-top, ludicrous attacks on Clacton to make it possible for me to win the by-election? And he did it, and he did it so dutifully and so loyally. I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much, Matthew. This will be proudly displayed in Rochester in the campaign office tomorrow. Thank you very much.
And now it's time to focus on our friends in the media.
The nominees for the political scandal scoop of the decade are
Tim Shipman, for his recent series of undercover recordings. Tom Newton-Dunn, Plebgate. Chris Hope for the Smeargate spoiler. Heather Brooke for MPs.
The government have had its way, we would not have even seen any of these receipts at all, redacted or otherwise, because that's always been the attitude from the House of Commons officials, is that we, the public, have no right to know what our elected officials do with our money.
a pioneer of secret investigative journalism. Undercover recordings mysteriously been obtained by this mystery Mr. Shipman from all over the country. Plebgate, the jury's still out, but the other nominees?
Undaunted by a signed non-disclosure agreement, Chris Hope managed to get the Downing Street email hacking the security scandal, tipping off Damien McBride, the victim in the process.
Heather Brooke, the acceptable face of the Guardian, in our view. Without her FBI battle, MP's expenses would still be a secret. The political scandal of the decade was exposed by an outsider, and Guido could not have blown it open better. Heather Brooke is clearly the winner.
Thanks, I don't really have anything to say, but glad to be here as the outsider. Thanks.
special award now for those politicians that have been truly helpful. It is the Guido Services to Deadline. There we go, the Guido Services to Deadline. Thank you. We could never call it the Rent-A-Quote Award, but the nominees are...
Rob Wilson, who has extensive letter writing campaign. Labour's John Mann, the player of absolutely everyone to resign. Nadine Dorries.
Rob Wilson, a man of letters, literally hundreds and hundreds of letters. As Guido's PPS, we were happy to create a vacancy for the new Minister of Civil Society.
John Mann's rage is ceaseless and covers many subjects and column inches. In a 24/7 news cycle, you need an always-on, always available source. Man is that man.
Whoever you want to resign, he will go. But when you've got a column to fill late on a Friday night, Saturday morning, it's still empty, who are you going to call? Nadine will probably write it for you, given the chance. Please welcome to the stage, Nadine Dorries.
I was in a traffic jam on the M1 at Junction 9 this morning when I checked my online diary and saw it said dress glamorous. So, apologies. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Now, the moment you've been waiting for. The final award. The one that no one really wants. The Golden Crosshairs. The nominees and the slice.
Dennis McShane, Homeweaver and Fiddler Extraordinaire.
Former Labour MP Dennis McShane has been jailed for making bogus expense claims. He received a 6-month sentence after previously pleading guilty to false accounting by filing 19 fake receipts amounting to almost £13,000.
Chris Hume, always
Hello, are you resigning for charge? Are you speeding away? Why did you instigate a cover up, Mr. Hume? Don't make a fast getaway, Mr. Hume. Charge, where are you from? Gaines? Where? Gaines? Gaines? Yes, your favourite. All right. Get me into my face. Can you excuse me, Dad?
I'm sorry about what happened. I've said all along that when I saw this first, I was horrified, I was shocked, and I was very angry indeed. I take full responsibility for what happened. That's why the person who was responsible went immediately.
Mercer, living proof that subterfuge is in the public interest.
It seems it's not just the rain that's bothering him. He's less relaxed today. The MP is concerned that what we are doing will attract unwelcome scrutiny from political bloggers.
Do you know the website Guido Fawkes?
Yes, I've heard of it now.
Yeah, Guido Fawkes will be all... That's fine.
The YouGov poll before Easter weekend 2009 had the opposition languishing behind Gordon Brown's government in the mid-30s. Within a week of putting the golden crosshairs on a Damien McBride, Labour were behind, the Tories were on 40. He can't be with us tonight. He's currently in the Near East. He has, however, sent this message from the Emirates.
I'd just like to thank you for this prestigious award. I know I fought off stiff competition from many other victims over the years. Sorry I can't be with you this evening. I'm away watching this lot in Belgium. And I'd just like to say good luck for the next 10 years and good luck to the next person that finds themselves in these sites. Long live Guido and long live the free press.
As a fellow North London Irish Catholic schoolboy, I feel bad about telling him that was a Celtic cross.
To collect the award on behalf of his old friend Damien McBride, please welcome to the stage, Lord Wood.
Well, thank you very much. If there's an award for surprise of the evening, I think I'll get it for taking this on Damien's behalf, but I'll be sure to pass it on to him. Thank you very much.
That is it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our first ever awards and quite possibly our last. This quote, both William Hague and the Prime Minister, many of you won't be around in another 10 years.
Keep shagging, keep fiddling, keep leaking.
We couldn't do it without you, but more importantly tonight, keep drinking, and thank you very much.